transition.
Welcome
Remix.
to the Make Movies Great Again podcast, the only show in the universe with the sole mission of destroying cynicism at the box office. Here are your hosts, Matt, Adam, and Sean.
Welcome to the Make Movies Great Again podcast, number 39 for November 14th, 2017. On today's show, we are Star Wars world building and burning Justice League haters at the stake. You can chat with us on Twitter at Make Movies Great. Toss us a like on Facebook at Make Movies Great and heart all of our pictures on Instagram. Again, that's at Make Movies Great. Remember, this podcast is available on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, and YouTube. I'm Matt.
My name is Sean.
And I'm Adam.
All three here this week for a very fucking exciting episode.
We back. We out here.
I'm amped after that opening.
That is some pure John Williams straight to the heart. Just like straight adrenaline. That should be like, instead of smelling salts, they should use that as an alternative. Just put headphones on somebody and just blast.
I mean, that's my ringtone. When I get a phone call, I'm pumped.
Ready to go save the galaxy?
I'm ready to go. Yeah.
What'd you guys do over the weekend? Anything fun?
No.
Yeah, no, this weekend was kind of a dud.
It was a
honestly.
dud weekend.
Yeah.
But it was good for movies.
Yeah. No, definitely. I went to go see the Celtics. That was about it.
Nice.
Today was a very exciting day because Outpost 31, the game developed by Adam. What's the company name?
So it's called The Infection at Outpost 31, and it is a board game collaboration between Mondo and Project Raygun.
Yes.
And it's a board game about surviving the events of the movie of John Carpenter's The Thing. And I'm psyched. I'm very proud of myself that I held out on getting the variant edition. That's twice the price as the regular edition, but Matt and I will be picking up our games on Friday.
Oh, you have them ordered?
So excited. There's a game shop near Adam.
Yeah, there's a game shop near me that has it.
Wow.
So excited. So excited.
Gonna get the regular version, no shipping necessary.
Yes, no shipping necessary. And so, honestly, sometimes when we order from Mondo, the shipping does not make any sense.
Right, and it takes forever. Like,
Yeah.
we're gonna have it on Friday. We could have gotten it today and gotten it God knows when.
Yeah, next October. Yeah, it's.
I know. Like, did you get the alien tiki cups from them?
No, I didn't. Mitch did though, I think. Or he got a Gremlins one on one of them.
I did. I got the alien one. I got two of the alien ones.
Yeah.
And honestly, I forgot that I ordered them, and then I came home from work one day, like last week, and they were here.
That's honestly the beauty of Mondo pre-orders too. Like, I pre-ordered the Jaws vinyl soundtrack and the special edition one, and I just got a notification last week saying it was shipping soon, and I'm like, holy fuck, I ordered this in like March. And I'm like, just remember, like, the money's already spent, and now I'm getting the John Williams soundtrack in the mail soon.
It's like pre-ordering.
It all connects. Yeah. I mean, that's, yeah. So, but the thing is with them is, like, when you pre-order, they don't even know when it's going to ship.
Right.
They just say, put some money down and it'll come to you eventually.
I promise you'll get it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they haven't let me down yet, as you can see from my basement, with all these posters hanging up. Yeah. So that's it. Exciting day. So if you're into that, if you're into The Thing.
Happy to announce I'm caught up on that now.
The Thing, I know. That's what I'm going to get into.
Segues us into our next topic.
Yeah.
Movie Club will be recording right after this, so if you're listening to this, there's a pretty solid chance that our Movie Club will also be up. This week, we're still recovering from the Kaje Musha mix-up. From
Staggered us a little bit.
Foreign film correspondent, Steely Phil, that was not on Netflix, but to his defense, it was taken off of Netflix like 2 days after we announced it.
Wow.
So we decided to do a Movie Club freestyle where each of us has watched a movie that we've never seen before, but the other two have.
Yeah.
Great idea.
It's a great idea.
We'll be reviewing The Thing, Hateful Eight, and 10 Cloverfield Lane.
So everybody knows, Sean watched The Thing, I watched 10 Cloverfield Lane, Adam watched Hateful Eight. I was just telling Sean before we hopped on, Adam, there's a lot of things to connect the dots between these three movies. I don't think we could have picked out of nowhere a better three. And originally, Sean was supposed to watch Edge of Tomorrow, but switched to The Thing.
Yep.
It's better this way. I'm going to explain to you later.
I can't wait. I can't wait here.
It's you know, I
wait
don't want to give. It's going to be good. So check that episode out. Next week we don't have one for next week.
I have one in my back pocket.
Give it to us.
It's called Primer, and from what I hear, it is a smart movie that you can now find on Netflix. Now, hold on. Give me 2 seconds
to confirm.
Let me confirm that.
Do you want to hear something cool? So I just want to gush for a second about a piece of technology that I have at my Apple TV.
Okay.
It's easily one of the most used pieces of technology besides my laptop in my house.
Really?
It's worth every cent that it costs. Yesterday, when I watched 10 Cloverfield Lane, I picked up my Apple TV remote and I spoke into it. I said 10 Cloverfield Lane because I wasn't sure if it was going to be on Netflix. If not, was it going to be on Hulu? Would I have to rent it? I don't have it on DVD. So I hit that. It popped up every option that I could watch it. It's like, would you like to watch it on Hulu for free? Would you like to rent it on iTunes? Would you like to buy it on iTunes? Would you like to buy it on Amazon? I was like, I'll watch it on Hulu. It's fucking perfect.
Fair enough.
It's fantastic.
That's the way to go.
Popped it right open.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's amazing. It works. It's one of the few pieces of tech too that I've seen works as advertised. Like, you see one of those Apple commercials for an Apple TV, and you see everybody like talking to the remote, and everything seems so serendipitous, but it actually works that way as well.
Right.
So I got to give a shout out to my Apple TV. Hardest working person in this household, honestly.
Love that. Don't have it. Maybe I should get it. It was Primer was on Netflix like a month ago.
Is it not there anymore?
And now I'm seeing that it says.
I'll tell you what.
Hold on. Can somebody access a Netflix that's not online? Like, yeah. Check on your phone real quick.
I'm gonna look right now.
Or we can do this after. We can just stop.
I was gonna say, why don't we tease this? Right, we're gonna pick a movie. It might be Primer. It might not be. So tune into the movie club after this. And we'll say it right at the beginning. That way, if you don't want to get spoiled by any of the movies, you can still get the movie club. And it'll also be on our Twitter eventually, too.
This would be too weird if Primer's not on there, because then it tells me that Netflix is listening.
You think so?
And just chopping off immediately.
But why would they want to do that?
I don't know.
They're threatened by us.
They are threatened by us. Trailers of the week. We got 3 up here. Adam, take it away. You put these up there.
Okay, so the first trailer is for a Netflix series called Dark. And basically, it looks like it is the German version of Stranger Things.
It looked like it was the German version of Stranger Things with like a little bit of it sprinkled in.
Yeah. And that's what really interested me. I think I can get by the subtitles. I think the subtitles, they give it a whole new element. But I'm probably going to check this show out. It looks really cool. I'm like, this is right up our alley of, sci-fi and, out in the woods and wonderment, all that good stuff. So I'm really interested in this show. I'm not sure if it'll be quite as big a hit as Stranger Things was, but I think it might toe the line on what the OA was. I'm not sure if you guys watched that.
I did watch the OA.
I did not watch it. I heard good things though. I think that you're right. I don't think it's going to be as big of a hit as Stranger Things, and that's only because I think people shy away from subtitles.
Yeah.
I think there's a huge subset of people that would have enjoyed this if it was in English that are going to shy away from it and not even try it just because it's in subtitles. I know some people, like, I can recommend something to somebody that I know this is exactly something you would like. This is something for you, and they will say no because it has subtitles.
But apparently there's a whole rash of people that watch Game of Thrones with subtitles, because if they hear they can't understand one word, it freaks them out. And honestly, I'm kind of with them. Like, kind of pisses me off when I can't understand what the person is saying.
I agree with you. I pull that move sometimes. If I start not and be able to understand a movie or a TV show, I'll pop on the subtitles.
Oddly enough, the Stranger Things Duffer Brothers were on NPR today.
Ooh.
Talking about how they wrote it and how surprised they were about how popular it was. But
really,
they said basically Netflix said, "Listen, we think this is a good show. We're behind the show. It's gonna survive because of word of mouth, so it's gonna take off very slowly." But apparently, it shot off, and they couldn't be more surprised. So.
It definitely grew by word of mouth, though. It definitely was
one
of the
shows
because the first week that show was on, it was radio silent.
Yeah,
it was radio silent.
Yeah, and there was no big trailers leading up to it.
No. I remember Adam and I Adam, I think, sent me the trailer like maybe 8 months before it came on, and I was like, oh yeah, and then all of a sudden like the weekend came when it debuted, and I was like, oh shit, like, fucking it's here.
Yeah. I think I even like texted you a few days beforehand. I was like, hey, remember this show?
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
Coming on this weekend. And we both burned through it. The first season was only 8 episodes, but we both watched it in 2 days or something.
It came out Lindy's birthday was on a Friday, and after we went out for her birthday, I came home and I like binged it into the next day. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So Dark, that's the first one. I'm into it. I'm into Dark.
Yeah. I'll check Dark out. Looks good.
The next one is called Game Night. It's a comedy with Jason Bateman, Rachel McAdams, Kyle Chandler, and some other supporting characters. This actually looks really funny. I kind of want to see this. I think I might see this movie in theaters. It might be one of those movies like when we went to go see Vacation that it was, unexpectedly hilarious.
Yeah,
I could see that. I hope not too much is given away in the trailers because that's always really unfortunate, especially with comedies. But Jason Bateman gets me, like comedy, and then with
Bateman's great.
And Sean, you recommended Ozark, like he killed it in Ozark.
Yeah.
But his brand of humor really gets me, and I love Rachel McAdams. I'll see anything with Rachel McAdams in it, even I even saw The Notebook because Rachel McAdams is in it.
I'm sold on Bateman. Immediately, Bateman will sell me on something.
Bateman's, I guess, is it cadence? His cadence is, and his delivery is what makes Jason Bateman funny and makes him who he is, his character.
It's very sarcastic.
He's very sarcastic, yeah. And so I love that, and I love Rachel McAdams. This, you're right, Adam. This looks like one of those movies. Like, okay, it looks funny, but then it's like you go see it, and it's like it takes it a little bit above your expectations. You're like, okay, that was great to see. I'm glad I saw that.
Is this a regular movie coming out, or is this Netflix? I can't remember.
It's a regular movie.
It's a regular movie.
I hope it's rated R. I can't remember if it is or not, but if it's rated R, I feel confident in saying that this will be fucking hilarious and worth seeing.
Yeah,
I agree. Cool.
I agree. I'm excited for this.
Next up, our last trailer is called Sweet Virginia. This one shot across my bow today late. Someone retweeted it. It might have been Birth Movies Death, and I saw that it had John Bernthal and Christopher Abbott in it. Christopher Abbott is the husband in that show, The Sinner.
Wait, who is it?
That show, The Sinner, with Jessica Biel on USA?
Yeah.
He plays her husband in that show.
Okay.
He's in a handful of other things, but that's probably his most recognizable role. And I think it looks pretty good. It looks like a thriller. I don't know if it'll have a wide release. It's an IFC Films movie, and I can't really tell much from the trailer, to be honest. But it's classified as a thriller, and John Bernthal looks like he plays his typical tough guy self. And in the first little bit of the trailer, he sits down looking like a tough guy. He sits down with a thinner, more unassuming Christopher Abbott. But then as the trailer progresses, it looks like Christopher Abbott is the crazy one. You know what I mean? Holding, threatening people to get his money back. Beating them up, and he looks like the out of control one. So it might be a case of two competing tough guys. One is unexpected, and one maybe trying to get out of the game. But this one struck me as sort of how that movie Wind River hit you, Sean. Like, I'm interested in this. I'm glad I watched the trailer. Maybe I'll forget about it or look for it when it comes out, but this sold me enough to see the movie.
Yeah, interesting enough, I didn't see Wind River.
That's what I was going to ask question.
Didn't see it.
Okay.
No?
I don't know. Fell off.
Still planning on seeing it?
I would see it, but I don't know if I don't know if I got busy or what, but no, I'm not proud of it. But I'll see it on my 60-inch TV and I'll love it.
Yeah, there you go.
That TV.
How big's your TV, Adam?
55.
That's cute.
Sean's got a pretty sweet new 4K.
I skipped the 55.
Big league in me.
Although mine's not bent. Yours is bent, isn't it? Oh, curved. Excuse me.
Not bent.
Sorry. Sorry, I didn't know.
You need the curve. It conforms to the curve of your eye better. That's why.
Right.
That's why it's like that.
Yeah. I have astigmatism, so it doesn't help.
Excuse me.
Before we move off of trailers of the week, I just want to talk about John Bernthal for a second. I listened to a podcast this week done by Nerdist. Chris Hardwick interviewed John Bernthal, and they were talking about The Punisher, which starts Friday on Netflix. But he was also talking about how he landed the role as Punisher and how Tom Holland landed the role as Spider-Man. They were both on this other movie, and they had to come up with audition tapes, like tape themselves and send it in to the thing. So they helped each other with their like roles.
That's cool.
And John Berthal's audition tape, they asked him to do a scene, had nothing to do with the Punisher. It was him in the woods as a hunter teaching his son how to shoot, and they had to shoot a deer. They shot a deer in the scene, and one of the other people that were on the movie with him pretended to be a deer, like it was on all fours, like in the distance, and it sounded like a really fun.
That's
and John Bernthal helped Tom Holland with his audition tape as well.
Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Bernthal is cool, but I think I made this remark when we were watching the trailer, Matt, just now, and it says like John Bernthal is phenomenal or something, and it shows him like all pissed off, and to me, it's like every time I see him, he's angry. So I would just assume replace that with John Bernthal is angry. And it's just him like acting really, really well at being very pissed off and like murderous.
Yeah.
I don't know. Every time.
I agree with you.
He's pissed off and angry in
everything
all
I see him in.
roles.
Yeah.
Everything I've seen him in. Yeah.
So I
All
don't
right.
know. We'll see.
Let's get into movie news. I always click the wrong one.
The equipment is cold tonight.
I want the
temperature.
I don't know what's happening.
That's a good movie news. Tonight.
Burgundy, and this is what's happening in your world tonight.
That's the one I want.
We need the other one, and we need to talk over it tonight. We have movie news.
Okay. Movie news. Adam, keep it going.
Yep. I gotcha. So Matt and I touched on it last week, and it has been made official by Amazon that the Lord of the Rings prequel show.
Yeah, is that
Not The Hobbit.
Or did I read that wrong?
No, it's a Lord of the Rings television show has been greenlit for Amazon.
Yeah.
I don't think it's prequels. I don't think it's The Hobbit. I think it's an Amazon-made Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
Which I'm 100% sold
So
on.
it's the same story remade or what?
I know.
Wait, say it again.
So I'm looking at this. I'm looking at right now at TechCrunch a day ago. They said that Amazon is making a Lord of the Rings prequel series.
Oh, maybe I'm wrong.
And also on The Ringer 11 hours ago said the Lord of the Rings prequel will the Lord of the Rings prequel be the one to show the rule them all. The fucking Ringer has the worst fucking titles. That's not original. So anyway, that's what I had read. I didn't read any more into it. I just saw a headline that they're doing a Lord of the Rings prequel, but that's not The Hobbit. Even though The Hobbit is a prequel to Lord of the Rings.
Well, either way, whether it's Lord of the Rings, whether it's The Hobbit, whether it's something in between, I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
I will watch anything Lord. I'm a big time Lord of the Rings guy.
Yeah.
I watched The Two Towers yesterday on television for 4 hours. Not yesterday, but Friday. Like I was like, oh shit, what am I gonna watch? I've got all these things on my plate that I haven't seen 1,000 times. Wait a second, Lord of the Towers, sign me the fuck up. So I'm all about this. Sean, I know you're a big time Lord of the Rings guy.
Oh yeah,
man, I know you are too.
Yeah, big time. I gotta be honest with you. I enjoyed the Hobbit movies more than I enjoyed the Lord of the Rings trilogy, the original.
You are an idiot. Are you fucking kidding me? No. I cannot let this rest. Are you out of your mind? You tell me that The Hobbit, the one book split into 3 movies, you like better than Fellowship of the Ring, Two Towers, Return of the King. Return of the King was nominated for like 50,000 Academy Awards.
Return of the King is a great movie.
Right. Better than all the other movies.
Listen, I'm not saying I didn't like Lord of the Rings. I'm looking at it right now.
What does that matter?
I'm trying to remember.
You know what, Matt? You need a refresher. You need to go back and watch.
I watched it recently. I watched all 3.
Okay, you're talking about 6 though. What all 3 did you watch? The Hobbit?
Oh, I watched all 6. I mean, I've seen the. I'm not saying I don't like the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Okay, I just want to say I like the Hobbit book is my favorite one. The Hobbit book is my favorite one. The movies are shit.
The movies are shit. That's strong.
9 minutes.
Well, that's
9
shit.
hours.
Shit
9
is
hours.
strong.
The movie's shit.
That's
The Hobbit movies are shit.
I'm in the middle here.
Hobbit
Listen,
movies are shit.
I'm gonna be straight right now. Characters in The Hobbit better than Lord of the Rings.
False.
Oh my god.
False.
I'm just saying. throwing
Evangeline
out
Lilly
there.
doesn't exist.
Oh, that has nothing to do with it, even though it does help.
Doesn't have anything to do with it. You were
Doesn't
just
have
talking about
anything to do
characters,
with
but yeah,
Yeah,
well,
char-
let's
no,
let
no,
that one
I'm
out.
talking about all the Hobbits. All the Hobbitses.
No.
All right. Well, listen. I'm sorry I said
Name
that.
them. Name them.
It's
name
a very.
Name them.
Oh, I can't name
Name
them all.
name
There's
them
no
all.
way.
Name them all.
There's no,
Name
but I
all-
can't.
name
But I
all the
can't
Hobbits.
name. I can't name
You
all the
can't
fucking
name the
people
whole
from Lord
Fellowship of
Rings.
the Ring?
Well, I can. Yeah, Frodo.
Samwise.
Samwise. I always want to say Samwise.
Merryweather. Pippin.
Yeah, see, I don't know. I know Pippin, but I don't know. I enjoyed The Hobbit better. I'm not saying I don't. I love
It's
Lord
just
of the
a
Rings.
recency bias.
I mean, maybe it could be. I have big time recency bias.
How can you possibly like The Hobbit better than me?
Well,
Listen,
I'm
I'm right in the middle here. I love both of them, but I like Lord of the Rings more. What puts it over the top for me for Lord of the Rings is the costumes. The costumes and the it seemed like they had more makeup and costumes in Lord of the Rings and not as much green screen and CGI. That's what puts the Lord of the Rings movies over the top for me.
yeah. I guess I'll have to revisit them.
But I love The Hobbit too. I mean, I love all three. I can't decide between. I'm sorry, I can't decide. If I had to choose between the two, it's Lord of the Rings. But I like
The Lord of the
both.
Rings
It's
trilogy?
Yeah, Lord
Over
of the
the
Rings
Hobbit
trilogy.
Yeah. Without even
Over the
thinking about it.
Trilogy.
I
100%.
disagree.
This is insanity.
I'm hoping that this TV
Put that
show.
one to a poll.
I'm sure.
Put that one to a poll.
I'll put it
Let's
to.
see where that one goes.
I'll put that to a
Yeah,
poll.
right now.
I'll put
Throw it
that.
out
I'll
there.
put it on a poll right now.
Kidding me?
But I'm hoping that this Amazon show is pretty good. I'm hoping that this.
Well, so what
This
does it
fills the
entail?
hole.
Is it a?
I didn't read any of the articles. I strictly took titles. This is what we do here, Sean. There's no research involved. We're just spitting from the hip here. I'm hoping if they're saying it's a prequel, I guess I'm kind of hoping that they go into like.
They remake The Hobbit because it was so bad. I hear you.
Oh no!
No, stop that. They're not going to remake The Hobbit, but there's got to be some gray area in between The Hobbit and Fellowship.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of years that pass between the two, so
A
that
lot of years of peace.
yeah. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
I'm putting it out. Hot topic.
That's insanity.
Hot topic.
The Hobbit.
All right, before we start choking each other out, let's move on.
No,
and
Matt's putting up a poll right now. Let him concentrate.
I don't know. Adam,
I don't want-
continue.
I don't,
Continue.
No, all right. All right.
An Are You Afraid of the Dark movie is a thing now, and it gets the same screenwriter from It. I think this is pretty awesome. I remember as a kid I was too afraid to watch Are You Afraid of the Dark, but now that I'm a horror movie guy, I'm interested in seeing an Are You Afraid of the Dark movie. Question is, will this be made for kids, teens, tweens, or will it be made for us, people who watched Are You Afraid of the Dark or pretended to watch Are You Afraid of the Dark, so you see cool, and now are an adult?
I don't know. I was on Netflix the other day and I wanted to watch something scary, and I kind of just scrolled by Goosebumps.
Ooh.
Okay.
They
Like
made
the
like
new
a
movie?
Goosebump. No, not that movie. They made like a series where they did like little mini Goosebump stories in the shows or whatever. I don't know, it's old, but it looked like crap. And I was like, man, it'd be great to have an Are You Afraid of the Dark one.
Yeah.
And then I saw this because I remember there were two that always got me. One was The Silent Librarian. Did you watch Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Oh yeah, I remember that one by name, but not by what it is.
Okay, so she's in the back room of the library, and if she comes out and gets you, you can never speak again, and you live in her library room forever. I don't know.
Okay.
It was creepy. Anyways, the other one was the Dollhouse.
Yes.
That was it.
yeah.
That was the one
Typically, people remember the Dollhouse.
Yeah, I
one.
remember the
You get
Dollhouse.
stuck in a dollhouse.
Yeah, I
That's
remember that.
creepy.
That's fucking up. Are You Afraid of the Dark? I remember the taxi driver. Which one was that?
I don't remember that one.
And he tells you a riddle.
I don't remember that
you
one.
You have to solve the riddle, or else you can't get out of the cab. And there's this really good one. The taxi cab's like about to crash, and the kid solves it.
They're all about being stuck.
Yeah, stuck somewhere. Yeah.
I'm wondering if it matters if it's for kids or parents, or if or kids or adults. I wonder if it's just nostalgia enough for the adults, and like maybe it'll also scare the kids.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it'll be a
that's
little
cool.
both.
That could work.
Yeah.
Like Stranger Things is kind of that way. It's kind of nostalgia for the adults, and
Yeah.
a cool new story for the kids. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna play this. They might do what's the club?
Losers Club.
No, what's the club in Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Oh,
The Campfire Society. The Midnight
yes, that's
something.
it. Campfires, isn't it?
The Midnight
Campfire
something.
Society. Yeah, that was it.
The Campfires is not. It can't be just Campfire Society.
I think that's it.
I think you nailed it.
So I think what they're going to probably do is it's obviously they're not going to dive into different things, but they're probably going to either come up with an original or they modify one of the already made, tales.
Midnight
folklore.
Society.
The Midnight Society.
Midnight Society.
Well, they all sit by a campfire, but the Midnight Society. Yeah. They're probably going to be a bunch of kids like the fucking kids from It, honestly.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
That seems really exciting. It seems like it would work really well as a Netflix show.
Do we want to place bets on if there's any kids that were cast in the It movie and or Stranger Things that will be in this?
Probably one.
Oh yeah, because
at least one.
they're teens in the
and they're
Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Yeah, and they're so true. Yeah, I guess
So
they're
definitely no, but they will then.
Yeah,
as far as being casted.
No, you're right. You're right.
I think they will be.
I feel like Finn Wolfhard could play a young teenager if he isn't already. Right? He's 12 or 13.
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm terrible with kids' ages. They could be 6 months old or 16, and I wouldn't know.
Yeah, it's wild.
All right. What's next? What do we got here?
Next up, here comes another Spider-Man spinoff.
Woo!
Morbius the Vampire to get his own movie. Who the hell is Morbius the Vampire, may you ask? I don't know, but I looked it up today. He is, in fact, a Spider-Man villain. He is a biologist who has a rare disease who tries to cure it himself using vampire bats' blood. Guess what? It goes horribly wrong.
Wow.
And he becomes
Dracula,
a vampire.
So wait, you said another Spider-Man spinoff. What was the other one?
Well, like one's outside
the Venom one, and they're working on the Black and Silver with Black Cat and Silver Sable.
Okay.
This one will still have Tom Holland though.
This Morbius one?
Yeah.
Who the hell knows? I'm not getting into that.
Oh, so we're not sure if Tom Holland's going to be in this one? What the fuck is going on with the Spider-Man universe?
It's like
it's like a Spider-Man universe without Spider-Man.
It's like we were clamoring all these years for Spider-Man, and now finally we have him, and we're like, oh, do we forget something? Oh, every fucking one of his villains is still owned by Sony. What the fuck? Why didn't we add that in the contract?
And I mean, like,
and
I feel
villains.
Really...
That's all we had to put was and villains.
There's so many Spider-Man villains to pull from.
Easily the most. I think he probably has the most villains of any. And I gotta call bullshit on all these people online because I did see this news and all these people explaining of who Morbius is. I've been reading a Spider-Man comic pretty regularly since 2015, and I've come across 1,000 Spider-Man villains. Every comic there's a new villain. Yeah. I haven't seen Morbius not once. Not once. So if you motherfuckers are really like fans of Morbius, I don't know, maybe you're reading some comics that I'm not, but
hipster comic bookers.
I guess. I've never heard of this person before. But apparently, so we'll see. I mean, fuck.
We'll see where this goes.
I want to see another. When is the next Spider-Man movie with Tom Holland coming? When is the Vulture coming back? That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
Where's Doc Ock?
By the way, I put out a poll this week, multiple polls, for favorite MCU villain. Yeah. It started off as one poll, but then people started to be like, where's this character? Where's this character? So I made 4. You idiot, man.
You want 28 slots in your 4.
Listen, you motherfuckers out there who listen to our podcast. None of you talk to us or call us with voicemails, but when I get something wrong or forget something on Twitter, you come out of the fucking woodwork. So listen. So we did 4, and we nailed it down to 4 final ones. It was Hela, Whiplash, Vulture, and Loki. And Vulture won. Best Marvel MCU superhero.
Vulture over Loki is a surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely what you touched on before of like it's newer, so.
Well, Hela got 0 votes in the final poll.
Okay.
Well, but that's like kind of too new, right?
That's
I mean,
some
people haven't seen it. There's like a Goldilocks zone there.
I guess you're right.
But for me, I like Vulture more than Loki.
Yeah, me too.
I think he's more justified. Yeah. I think Vulture's more than just looking for his daddy's love. You know, that means more to me personally as a villain. But people love Loki's quipping with
Thor.
With Thor. Yeah.
I think people like the anti-hero too because he is a little bit of that.
Yeah, and he's
throughout throughout his time in the MCU.
Yeah.
I don't think for the same reason that people like Vulture, I like Ultron, and Ultron doesn't get enough love. I'm a big fan of Ultron.
Ultron seems like kind of a mindless.
But is he mindless?
No, he's not mindless. But the way he's portrayed in the MCU,
I like the
movies.
I like the. What am I trying to say?
You like Robert California's voice.
I do love Robert California's voice, pondering and waxing poetically about the human race and morality. But I don't know. There's just like something cool about like what he is and like what kind of questions he brings forward to like, creation. The reason why I like Prometheus and Covenant so much too. It's like they have that whole like, battle with morality and why are people made and does it matter or that kind of stuff.
It's a good point.
So, yeah. Where we got
Up next, with Justice League opening this Friday and a possible Batman trilogy from director Matt Reeves on the horizon, Ben Affleck shed some light on what the future holds for him as the Dark Knight.
So I'm sorry. I actually I wrote this, but finish it. I'm sorry I pawned that off on you.
No, it's okay. Ben Affleck said Matt Reeves. Speaking to USA Today, Ben Affleck said Matt Reeves' upcoming Batman movie is something I'm contemplating. And, of course, someone asked him, how long he was going to be playing Batman. And he said he's looking for a cool and graceful way to, get out of it when his time is up. And, of course, the goddamn internet ran wild with this and took this as, oh, no, he's not going to be Batman anymore, this and that. He's just stating the obvious that he can't be Batman forever.
Yeah.
And so when his time is up, to be Batman, he wants it to be he wants the passing on to be a cool way to do it.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with saying that, but of course, people on the internet took it as he doesn't want to be Batman anymore. He's done after Justice League, which is no fucking way.
Yeah, no way. That's what people want. Exactly. That's what people wanted it to be. That's not what he was saying at all. I want to know why in an interview with Ben Affleck a week before Justice League even comes out, the question is, how much longer are you going to be Batman for? We haven't even fucking seen him in his second movie with Batman.
It's a planted question.
Yeah. It's like, it's just...
It's a planted question.
Yeah, I guess.
He's going to be the new, is he dead?
No.
Superman lives.
Get out of here.
Batman may or may not die. Now we're all wondering. My problem with this is I don't think Batman as a character can have a, quote, graceful and cool way to go out.
I don't know. Christian Bale had a graceful way
I didn't really agree with it.
You didn't agree with that?
Listen, I watched that. I watched Dark Knight Rises, and I had a little bet going on with Adam saying that I think he's going to live. And Adam thought he died.
Yeah.
You remember this, Adam?
Yep.
You said, I think Batman's going to die.
Die.
And I was bummed. I didn't want him to die. I wanted him to live, and yeah. He drives off with the nuke, and I was thinking to myself, wow, Adam won. He's going to die. He's going to go out. And I had some peace with that. I thought that was kind of cool. That was an okay way to go out.
Yeah.
And then he lived, and he was at a cafe with Catwoman, and I was happy I won the bet, yada yada. But I just don't think I don't think Batman can have a graceful and cool way.
But Sean, he went out to the city of Gotham. He went out as Batman, as their savior. Batman went out gracefully. Batman is no more. He's Bruce Wayne.
Batman's too flawed to go out gracefully.
He's
gracefully, man.
Gracefully, I guess gracefully is the wrong word, I guess. But he did go to Gotham City.
Way.
To Gotham City, he saved Gotham City. Batman went out. They didn't need him anymore after that, or maybe at least for the foreseeable future. But anyway, we already talked about this at length before. But Ben Affleck is going to be around for the Matt Reeves movies. He's going to be around for those movies. Whether or not the handoff comes within that trilogy or starts to come in that trilogy, we know he's going to be in that, and we know he's probably going to be back for Justice League Part 2. So all the people that are hoping
for at least 2 more movies.
Yeah, at least 2 more.
Not to mention other cameos.
Yes. Oh yeah, for sure.
You don't have a Flashpoint movie without him.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, no, definitely not.
He's in that one.
Yeah.
You don't he's gonna be in Justice League 2. He's gonna be in a solo Batman movie.
Yeah.
So people are already I don't know. It brings us to the next point.
Yeah, it brings us to our next point. I think that how Justice League does is going to determine also if Ben Affleck continues longer or not.
He's in it for the money, is what you're saying.
I mean, he's in it for the money, and also, like, imagine being in a fucking role where everybody hates you. Like, how would you want to do that? So speaking of, early reviews for Justice League are very positive.
Very positive.
But don't get excited yet, Adam. We need to have our torches ready.
We'll be ready. And I can't. We gotta man the battle stations, batten down the hatches,
arm the trebuchets.
When are you guys seeing it?
We're seeing it Friday night.
Is that it comes out Thursday night?
We're seeing it Friday night in turbo seats.
Those seats
turbos.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we are.
Oh, we gotta talk about those, by the way.
Why?
Because I promised them those seats to Molly for Star Wars.
Okay. Oh, she wants to be in those seats.
Yeah.
Hey, we can make that happen.
You talking about the seats we had for it?
Oh no. No. We're talking about the turbo ride seats.
Oh no, I don't want that.
Oh, are you sure?
Off. No, I want the fucking
Hey,
lounge.
I'll tell you what. We'll report back for next week and we'll let you know how it went.
Not gonna change my mind.
Adam, you saw something in that, didn't you? You saw it in something in 4D.
No, I haven't seen anything.
Oh, okay. 4D, spitting water on you.
4D.
Aquaman shows up and everybody gets a little mist on him.
Hey, I like that.
I'm starting to chafe halfway through the movie.
So the early reviews are very positive. I've looked online, and the majority of what everybody's saying is that it's a very enjoyable and fun movie, and the Justice League shines. Like the Justice League, Wonder Woman, Batman, those characters, they shine, which is, what I'm looking for. What I'm looking for going into Friday. I'm looking for the Justice League to be awesome. So
I'm excited.
Yep.
I'm going to see a comedian that night, but I need to see the movie soon after.
You do need to see it. You got anything else you want to say, Adam, about these motherfuckers?
I was gonna add something about my debacle with Yahoo this morning.
Oh yeah, add it in.
So I got to work today, checked my personal email on Yahoo. And I'm dying to see this Justice League movie. I'm fucking dying to see this movie. And I don't want to see any spoilers. I don't want anything ruined for me. And I'll go on Yahoo to check my email. And you know how on Yahoo, their homepage, they have the top 5 articles of the day up top, and then underneath they just have a shitload of other miscellaneous ones. They match up the things you like. The second one, I could from the top. I didn't even have to scroll. To see it. Was a spoiler for Justice League in the title, in the picture. It was leaked online, end credit scene featuring blank.
He's not gonna say it. Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it.
No.
Featuring blank.
That's fucking absurd.
I'm so mad, and that's all I want to say. There's nothing I can do about it. I can't complain to Yahoo. I can't unsee it. I did the best that I could. I didn't click on it. You know what I mean? I didn't actually watch it and read the article, but still, right on the fucking homepage. And then another thing this brings me to is that sometimes Yahoo will do that, and they'll say spoilers for Justice League. Characters, this character shows up, but they won't say it in the title. But the picture will be of the fucking character.
Yeah. Well, but
you know what I mean?
Articles right now on the internet like that are so fucking tricky because that might not even be those type of articles. That might not even be. They're just trying to fucking get you to click in. It's all about getting someone to click in so they'll fucking say anything. That's irresponsible journalism by Yahoo. Well, honestly.
It's insane how often that happens with Yahoo. Yahoo puts up these ridiculous titles for articles, and it's all about the clicks. It's not journalism. It's not even about writing a decent article. It's about the clicks and it's about the money, which is so fucking frustrating.
Yeah.
I'll click an article on Yahoo, and it'll bring me to a pop-up page that I have to click on again to get to the actual article, just doubling their click traffic. Literally the only reason is to double their click traffic.
Absolutely, and that's why they do slideshows. That's why some websites do slideshows. God. AverageNobodies.com does not believe in slideshows. We keep everything on one page.
Check it out.
So this is just a little bit of venting. Just I don't know if this spoiler's true or not, and if you have a Yahoo email account and you didn't check your personal email today, don't go on Yahoo They fucked me big time today. I'm pretty sure. And, after Justice League comes out and I see it with my own 2 naked eyes, I will be able to report back and tell you if what I saw as an article was accurate.
Yeah, that's
All right.
ridiculous.
Yeah, it's too bad. But I'm sure you're still very excited.
I'm still very excited to see it.
All right, let me ask you this. Even though it gets spoiled for you and that sucks, does that after credit sequence get you a chubby?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So it
For
told
multiple
you what the
reasons.
after credit sequence was?
It told me who was in it.
Question. Is it the Infinity War trailer?
It's not the Infinity War trailer.
Son of a bitch, Marvel! When, Marvel? If not for Thor,
They're
then
going
when?
to drop it on Friday.
Yeah,
or Thursday night.
yeah. We were talking about this last week. We think that
Just
Marvel
right
is
in DC's face.
I mean, Marvel's dropping Punisher that night, and they might maybe
Really?
drop the trailer.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Battlefront 2 comes out Friday
Yeah,
too.
and
right?
Battlefront 2 comes out Friday. Yeah, you're
Which
absolutely
is a
right.
huge, I
Disney.
don't know, rebellion against. But anyways,
The Star Wars Battlefront 2 is going to keep more people from seeing Justice League than the Punisher is.
Oh, without a doubt.
There's going to be so many people
I
staying
don't know.
home playing that fucking
People
game.
are canceling their subscriptions
Because of
It's
the fucking
most
paywall.
It is the most downvoted comment in Reddit history.
Yeah, I know. The EA,
I know you've
yeah.
seen it.
Yeah,
I
I've
know
seen it.
you've seen it.
Yeah, EA put out a statement about it. Yeah, you know what though?
It was a response.
It's people. Yeah, it's people bitching. I fucking hate people bitch about microtransactions.
I have a problem
in video games.
I have a problem with it. I don't disagree with them.
What do you mean?
Why do I have to play 40 hours to get to Darth Vader?
Oh, see, I like that. I like the grind. See, I'm.
Do you like the grind?
I do
Because
like the
somebody
grind.
else is going to pay. So where is the actual prestige?
That's fine. I don't care if people pay. I'm not going to pay. I'm under the impression when I play video games that if I don't.
You're under the impression that when you buy a video game, you don't buy the whole video game.
No. I mean, I know that I can still unlock it without paying anything. I can still be Darth Vader.
But other people are just after 40
Other people
hours.
can pay for it. Whatever.
After 40 hours.
But I'm not in a detriment. I still get heroes. I don't get Darth Vader and cool shit like that. But you have to unlock that stuff anyway.
Or you just pay for it.
Or you just pay for it.
Instead
I
of paying
wouldn't
50,
for
you
it.
pay 100, and then you have the full game.
Well, I pre-ordered the deluxe edition, so I get Darth Vader anyway. So I did kind of pay for him.
You did pay for him, and you don't have to play 40 hours.
But-
Easy for you to say that you'd play 40 hours when you don't have to play. 40
But I still
hours.
have to do it for Luke, and
Okay.
and I get all the DLCs too. Like that. That's what's important to me is the levels. Because when you go online, there's nothing worse than going online and fucking playing.
The season pass.
Yeah, season pass. There's nothing worse than going online when you haven't played in a few months and then being like, "Oh, you can't join matchmaking because there's all these new levels that people are playing and you don't have these levels."
Just in your mind, you're okay with an $8 game instead of $50 or whatever it is, 90 instead of 60, whatever it is. You're in your mind, you've justified that amount of money for a game.
See, but this is going to a whole nother. I don't want to go into this now. This is a movie podcast.
You thought this was a movie podcast.
But it does bring us to our next and last topic, our main topic.
Yes.
A new Star Wars trilogy has been announced. Rian Johnson, who directs Star Wars Episode 8, is to write and direct the first of a new trilogy, which is awesome news. More Star Wars forever and ever and ever. They're going to be playing new Star Wars movies in my coffin someday. And our main topic is we want to talk about these new trilogies and where we think they should go. Matt, hit the music.
Right? Is that or
So-
yeah.
So we wanna do some world building. I like the whoever wrote Wolfenstein style. Huh?
No, I'm just saying, let's go.
So what do we want to see out of these new Star Wars movies? Where do we want to see them take place? Do we want to see new characters? Do we want to see old characters? Do we want to see a mix? Matt, I'll let you start it off. What are you most excited for about these new movies?
So, not only am I excited about this, but I put out a poll today on our Twitter account. I said your new Star Wars trilogy would be points of ellipsis. Points of ellipse. And 68 the three options were far in the future, long ago, and parallel with current Star Wars trilogies, but not the characters. Just
Concurrent,
like
yeah.
concurrent. 68% said long ago, which is where I would like the new Star Wars trilogy that takes place. Now, when I say long ago, I'm talking way back.
See, I'm the same way.
Now, see, it's funny because when the Star Wars crawl starts across the movie, it's a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, but somehow still in the future. Or not.
No,
you know,
more advanced. But
more advanced, but somewhere else in the universe.
Time
right?
is not the issue.
But I want to go back even farther than that. A long time ago, far, far in the past. I currently finished, and I'm reading the next book of the first few Legends books of Star Wars. And there's a lot of interesting things going on with how the Jedi Order and the Jedi Council were developed, and like how the person's a Jedi, like they started off as like sword wielding like Jedi Knights, you know, that eventually obviously now they have lightsabers and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I just thought it'd be really cool to start way, way back to the beginning of the Jedi and like the first the first men who like, and women who became Jedi Knights or Jedis, and what that looked like back then. It was even spelled differently back then.
That's right.
Yes.
I agree. I wanted it to be long ago as well.
Yeah, I think that would be really cool, and like, I mean, and also you have like the first like person to turn to the dark side of the Force. You have the first like all that, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, when you actually think about the Star Wars canon, is that the word?
Yeah.
Canon.
Yeah.
It seems kind of dystopian futuristic, doesn't it?
Totally. Yeah.
And
absolutely.
I kind of just want the non-dystopian futuristic. Like, I want the heyday Jedis, like, maybe the origins, the origins, or maybe them kicking ass, like Star Trek-ish, like flying around the galaxy, like kicking butt. I actually have a picture that I found the other day of the entire Star Wars galaxy. Like all the planets mapped out where they are, the inner and the outer core or whatever. Outer ring or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
I just kind of want to see them like float around, like kind of policing the galaxy, like in their heyday. I think there'd be a lot of like Star Trek-ish villains where they can. It's not so in depth as the Sith or the New Order or whatever.
And if you think back to the prequels, and then you obviously like extrapolate that out further.
Yeah.
There was many more Jedi.
A lot of
Jedi. Different races of Jedi. You know, different. You know,
it's kind of their downfall.
Exactly.
I
right now we're
heyday.
Exactly, and I like that heyday. That's the perfect word for it. The heyday of the Jedi would be really cool.
Yeah. That
would be really cool. So I'm very into a long time ago.
So at a long time ago, new characters. I want to incorporate some vague hintings that we see in the modern Star Wars. Like I want to see like what a fucking parsec is, or just a little fan service, that type of thing. And maybe even the birth or the discovery of the Star Wars galaxy. Like even going that far, where we're like discovering Tatooine.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
discovering,
I like that.
whatever.
I like that. Yeah, absolutely.
So,
I mean, they had to. All these people had to start somewhere. You know what I mean? Like all these Star Wars characters started somewhere. There's no Earth. I want to know. I want to know what the Earth is.
There is an Earth.
There is an Earth.
Earth does exist.
Earth does exist.
Which could be an interesting future. Anyways, I don't want.
But I want to know where is their beginning? Like where are the? I don't know. Like what I guess I don't really know this, but what's the race of like Han Solo in the Star Wars universe?
I don't know.
Human?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, that's a good question.
Right? I mean, if he's human,
He's a humanoid. At
he's
least.
a humanoid, right?
Yeah.
But where does his race begin?
Not Earth.
Not Earth, but where's their beginning?
Yeah, that's funny. You have like Manan, where the fish people are.
Right.
Kashyyyk, where the Wookiees are.
That's where the Wookiees are from?
Or from Kashyyyk.
Okay.
And other than that, it's just like spread out humans, like Tatooine. Where's Padme from? Naboo,
yeah.
Naboo, and oh my god,
Naboo, my favorite
Leia.
Star Wars.
Where's
planet.
Leia from?
Leia. Oh, it's from
Alderaan.
Yeah, Alderaan.
For Alderaan. Every time I choose Leia in Battlefield. For Alderaan.
What about you, Adam?
I like everything you guys said. I would like. There's one character I really liked from the prequels, and he didn't get a lot of screen time, and I'd like to see more about him. I'd like to know more about him. Is General Grievous.
Ooh,
He's a character that's always intrigued me.
it's a good one.
I'm sure in the Clone Wars and the Rebels, or the animated shows, I feel like they might go more in depth on him in those. But like, I want to know how he got 4 lightsabers. I want to know, why is he a droid with a heart? That is human. Like, was he human? I want to know more about him.
Yeah.
I know that's really zeroing in on one character.
No, I think
And
that's
not going back. It's not going back too far, but I feel like seeing the Sith when they were running the show would be really interesting too. Like a young Count Dooku could be cool. And then as far as going into the future, which is, I don't know if that's what they're doing. I don't know if anybody knows what the new trilogy is going to be about, actually, what this whole goddamn conversation's about. I'm not sure where they go, like, what does a Star Wars series without, the dark and the light look like? Is it even Star Wars anymore?
It's a good point. It's like a theme that they have where it's like good versus evil, light versus dark. But even more so, I feel like it's kind of like underdog. And what if they showed up to Earth in the far future, and they have Jaegers fighting?
Ooh, you want to bring
Kaiju.
Jaegers into Star Wars?
Imagine they show up. Maybe
it.
that's why there's like a rip in the Marianas Trench or something.
Yeah, bring in Jaegers, bring in the Kaiju, bring in the Millennium Falcon, bring in fucking, like, I don't know.
They're printing their own money.
Dude, bring in David from fucking Alien. Have him fly in and drop, like, the fucking cargo load on fucking Earth, and then have that go. I'm all about it. But you're right, Adam. There needs to be that baseline that is Star Wars, that make it seem and feel like Star Wars. And apparently, Kathleen Kennedy and the rest of Lucasfilms are very happy with Rian Johnson, the way he did this Last Jedi movie, which is very good for us. That means this upcoming Star Wars movie is going to fucking kill it. If they're giving him the keys to 3 more, the start of 3 more, and let's be honest, if he's writing and directing the first one, he's gonna have the blueprints done out for the rest of the 2, right? The whole 3 of them.
Similar to how J.J. Abrams has with this trilogy.
Right.
Right?
Right. J.J. Abrams started this and, like, created these characters, and everybody else ran with it. And this is gonna be the same thing for Rian Johnson. I was very curious on why they didn't bring back Rian Johnson for the 3rd one. Right? Wasn't Ryan? Wasn't They have JJ coming back for the 3rd one, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So I was wondering why they wouldn't ask Rian Johnson to do it, because, like, it would be, have Rian Johnson do this one, then immediately just flip into the next one and do that one. But apparently they really want him working on this next trilogy, because they got to keep to a schedule. They got 8 coming out in December. They got Han Solo coming out next year. Then they're working on 9. Then they have one more standalone that they've yet to name, but it seems like it's going to be Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they're probably going to roll right into the new trilogy.
So we have at least 6 more Star Wars movies ahead of us.
At least.
And I could die before them.
That makes me sad. That's why, Adam, I think you're onto something.
Vitamin.
What?
What'd you say, Matt?
I think you're onto something. I think we should request to have TVs built into our coffins, and they just stream down new Star Wars content, even if we're dead.
Right, all the bugs eating my face will be able to see it at least.
Yeah.
And Sean, what was that video game you used to play in college that, like, took place in between episodes 3 and 4?
Oh,
is that Knights of the Old Republic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Unleashed.
Unleashed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Force Unleashed.
I remember that game being really cool.
Yeah,
that would be a cool movie to see.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's possible.
That character has been kicked around about a standalone movie too.
Yeah. Not sure it would do well.
Dark City? No, not Dark Sidious. What is his name? Very Sidious? Isn't his name Sidious?
No, Darth Sidious is like the most famous Sith.
Yeah,
that could bring people
and not
back.
Plagueis, right?
No, Plagueis is. I don't know.
Oh, I'm looking it up right now. It's on the tip of my tongue. Galen.
Was he Darth?
Galen or Stark/Starkiller.
Starkiller, that's a fucking hell of a name.
Well,
Yeah.
It's just a shout out to what Skywalker.
Galen Marek. Marek/Starkiller. Yeah, that would be cool. I mean, we're excited. It's 3 more Star Wars movies. It's going to be a trilogy. It's going to be something completely new, but hopefully still all the same. Meaning, like, it's going to be a Star Wars trilogy.
Same rules.
Same rules.
Of the universe.
Same rules. Still same feel. I like it. I think that's it.
Yeah.
That'll just about do it.
That was fun.
That'll just about do it. This week, new in theaters, we got the Justice League, obviously. We have this movie called Wonder that's coming out, which is about a kid that was born with some deformities and his life and his story. Seems pretty amazing. But my sleeper pick of the week, because obviously my pick can't be this because my pick of the week is Justice League, but my sleeper pick of the week is Mr. Roosevelt. It's written, directed, and starred in by Noelle Wells. You might recognize her from her short stint on Saturday Night Live, only 1 season, a few years ago. She brought this to South by Southwest this year, and it was awesome. It's a comedy. It's a comedy. She has to go home back to Texas, Austin, Texas, to have a funeral for her cat who dies. And she has to move back in. She has to stay with her ex-boyfriend and his new girlfriend and all this really awkward stuff and whatever. But it makes it for a funny movie, but also very heartfelt. And I thought Noelle Wells' debut writing, directing, and starring in she killed it. She shot it in 16 millimeter film, so it has a very nice look to it as well. Very well done. Go see Mr. Roosevelt if it's playing near you. It's going to be very limited, but after you see Justice League, go see Mr. Roosevelt somewhere. Yeah, I actually got to see. I saw her on the street afterwards after I saw it, and I congratulated her. I said, "You did a great job," and she signed my. She gave out these little books to explain who the characters are in the movie before you went in.
Yeah.
And she signed it for me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sounds like a nice.
She was very nice. Yeah. Shit. What are we watching? So I'll start. I watched Arrival this week because I ordered it on Amazon because I realized I didn't have it in my collection. And it's nothing worse. I came down here. I was like, I'm going to watch Arrival. I definitely have that. Went right on Amazon. Got that and the thing. I finished.
Arrival is probably the best sci-fi film ever made.
Yeah?
I don't know.
I think it's the best one ever made.
That's strong.
Science fiction, not fantasy.
No.
Potentially real, based on a stretch, but based on actual science.
Interstellar.
I was just gonna say, Adam, that you stole the words right out of my mouth. Interstellar, I think, is the best sci-fi movie ever
Little
made.
too much basis on love for me on Interstellar.
Okay,
But
it's fine.
it's a good retort.
Yeah,
But language changing the way your brain works is an actual thing.
I'm not gonna.
And throwing the whole I don't know how far we're gonna go into Arrival, but I think it's one of the best science fiction movies ever made.
It's definitely one of the best. I guess I'm trying to I loved it, and it's a fantastic science fiction movie. I think it's one of the best constructed stories of.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great. I'm not gonna say one of the best ever, but the story is constructed so well, and I love that it's a sci-fi movie. It's almost like it's accidentally a sci-fi. It's almost accidentally a sci-fi movie.
Yeah, it's a lot of other things as well.
Yeah.
It's artfully made.
Yes, I loved it, and it's.
I love Interstellar.
Yeah,
I love Interstellar, but I think Arrival is probably one of my favorites.
Dennis Villeneuve, is that how you say his name? Villeneuve.
Yeah, Villeneuve. I think
Villeneuve.
Yeah.
He did a tremendous job with it. I loved Blade Runner 2049 was so good, and I fucking hated it didn't do well in theater.
I still haven't seen it. I didn't support it.
It's fantastic.
I hear it's really
and
good,
when you're talking about a good this is a really good sci-fi movie. It's really good. It's it is fantasy too, but it's I don't know. It just has all it ticks all the boxes for me. Yeah. It's all this very it's dystopian technology and all this we have fucking these thin ass cell phones and he's a detective and Ryan Gosling's running around with this giant fucking thing in his hand testing dirt samples and like it's just
Yeah.
like, but it like fits for that world. It's so well done. So anyway, I watched Arrival. I also been playing a bunch of video games. I finished Wolfenstein, which is I brought this into here because I thought it was a very fascinating story. It's essentially you play as Captain B.J. Blazkowicz, and you're an American soldier, and you're fighting during World War II, and you get knocked into a coma, and you wake up 14 years later, and the Nazis have won the war, and you have to like reform the resistance and take down the Nazis.
Nice. That's cool.
It was really fucking good. The story was awesome. The gameplay was fun, and it's just so satisfying killing Nazis.
Is that a first-person shooter?
It is.
Do you make decisions, or is it kind of just laid out?
There are some decisions you have to make. There's
That's
like
cool.
people you can save, or other people you have to save, and like different. And there's you can play it a bunch of different ways. Like you can run through double, like AK-40, not double AK-47s, but double M16s in your hand.
Yeah.
Or you can run around with a silenced pistol and a knife and fucking take everybody down. So it's like it's really cool. It's really like open for you to play. And then also, I'm trying to 100% Horizon Zero Dawn. Let's roll right into what you're watching.
You're
Sean,
trying to
because
100% it.
I'm trying to get everything.
That must
I know
be
you
tough.
just started.
I don't know what
playing.
percentage I'm on. I just started. I just got the Meridian.
Big fan of the story though.
Oh,
Like,
huge fan. I mean, Adam, you talked about earlier the game I used to play in college, right? The Star Wars game, but
Unleashed.
Unleashed. So I wanted to bring up. Remember when I got PS3 freshman year, and you used to just watch me play Assassin's Creed?
Oh yeah,
Like we were enthralled.
mesmerized.
And I thought it was a little weird that you would just watch me, but apparently there's a whole industry on that. Like I could have been a billionaire on YouTube.
You tapped into it earlier.
I could have been a billionaire on YouTube. Apparently people love watching people play video games. It's the weirdest thing. Should have done that, but I haven't been
I know,
as
right? I
enthralled.
could have been PewDiePie.
No, exactly. I haven't been as involved in a storyline as I have for this one. Maybe the time before this, the best I could say was Uncharted. And before that was maybe Infamous.
Ooh,
But before that was the first Assassin's Creed. And I didn't play any other Assassin's Creed. It got too old for me. But I love the storyline. I mean, it's a beautiful game. It
must
it's
look amazing
smooth
on
to
your
play.
TV.
It's so much fun to play. It's what a game Horizon Zero Dawn is.
And Sony just they can't miss on first party characters. They have Aloy is a character that is going to be in their repertoire forever.
Yeah,
it started back with like Crash Bandicoot. It's like it's their fucking
yeah.
mascot.
Yeah.
And now they have like Nathan Drake, and now they have Aloy, and they have I mean
They have a lot of good characters.
Metal Gear, Snake.
Who's
they have,
Lara Croft?
that started with PlayStation. That was a PlayStation
Yeah.
exclusive. Yeah, that's all. They can't make mistakes with that when creating characters.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I also started the new season of Walking Dead.
Okay.
I only saw the first episode. So they just started fighting Negan for real. I don't know. It's a soap opera for me at this point. I'm just kind of like, I'm going through the motions. Like,
It is.
I'm not like dying to see a new episode, but I do want to watch it. So it's just kind of this weird in between. But also, I saw Murder on the Orient Express.
Ooh, how was it?
In theaters. It was good. It was a solid thumbs medium.
Okay, who's your favorite
Okay.
character? Who was like your favorite actor? I guess I should say, 'cause I don't know the characters.
The main detective, I guess, but he's just the one that they play for you. Like
How's
he's-
Josh Gad?
Which one is he?
I don't know. He's like he's the one he's Olaf's voice.
Olaf's voice.
Yeah, Olaf from.
Oh,
Frozen.
he's good. Yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
But kind of an auxiliary character.
Really?
I mean, a lot of the unless it's the main detective, like the other characters all kind of play a role,
Yeah.
and then that's it.
Okay.
And it's cool. It's a lot of fun. It's a fun movie. Like I was
Yeah.
entertained. Have you seen the original?
No.
If you've seen the original, you know the answer. If you pay attention to it, you know the answer. Like it's not a huge surprise.
Oh, okay.
But it's a lot of fun. It's basically like they just wanted to. It's an ensemble cast, right? Like they wanted like an Ocean's 11 type thing where a ton of people, like, just it's a lot of big names, and they act well.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of fun.
Okay. Fair enough.
Is it amazing? I would say not. It's not amazing.
Yeah.
Didn't knock my socks off. Like when it ended, I was like, okay, I saw it.
Okay.
I didn't want more.
All right. That's
It
fair.
didn't blow me away, but it was a good solid movie.
Okay. Adam, what about you?
So let's see. So like I said, I watched Lord of the Rings: Two Towers on television for 4 hours. Awesome.
4 hours. That's
I
a
watched. On Friday. I had the day off. My work observed Veterans Day on Friday. So I had the day off. I didn't have a car, so I was like at home, and I did some stuff around my apartment, and I couldn't really figure out what to watch. So other than watching the Two Towers, I watched a couple episodes of the Twilight Zone, black and white Twilight Zone, which is fun. It's a time filler. I was like reading it a lot during the day too, so I was like in and out of the book. I also finally got around to the first Black Mirror that's been handed to me like numerous times.
Repeat that. Repeat that. You broke up a little bit.
So I also got around to watching the first episode of Black Mirror on Netflix.
Oh yeah.
It's been recommended to me a number of times by different people, all of which have said it's good, but the first episode is really weird.
It is weird.
And I agree. The first episode was really fucking weird.
First episode's very weird.
Nothing like fucking a pig on TV, honestly.
Yeah. So I'm gonna I'll check out the other ones soon enough. But I enjoyed it, I guess.
There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people that really liked the first season because that was the one that was done. It was a British show at that time. It wasn't owned by Netflix. But I don't think that first episode is a good indication of what the rest of the series is like.
I agree with you.
So keep watching.
I also watched the episode of the new show in the US called Damnation. Which, ironically enough, the second episode is on right now. It's muted on my TV because SmackDown just finished. But I liked it. It was a little slow, but I like where it's going. I like the time period. I think it's set in Iowa, actually. Early 1900s, late 1800s, maybe. I don't know, actually.
Right.
So I'm talking out of my ass. But cowboys and revolution and out in farmland, and I'm really excited. The two characters, which I thought from the trailers, it looks like it's a priest and a bad guy, not who they are. So that was interesting twist in the very first episode. But I'm looking forward to it. It was slow at first, but then the last 15 minutes of it really started to pick up. And I think that's a good indicator of where the show is going.
Right.
So I'm definitely going to continue watching that. So I recommend that to you guys. But that's it. That's all I got.
Sweet.
Excellent. Well, I think we're going to end it there, and we'll get right into Movie Club, the freestyle edition.
It's a big
one. Before we do that, I just want to recap on the poll that we put out earlier about Lord of the Rings versus The Hobbit.
Oh, what do you got?
Right now, we only have a disappointing 8 votes, but it's a heavy Lord of the Rings favorite at 75% to 25%.
Like the original trilogy?
Yeah, and I think the only 2 votes that The Hobbit got were my account and the Average Nobody's account, which I tweeted and voted twice. So,
it's gonna be a bloodbath.
So that's it. You're probably right. Listen, I'm gonna have to rewatch Lord of the Rings, but I stand by that I enjoyed The Hobbit more. I stand by it, and remember, always take an offer that you can't refuse and go watch some fucking movies.